Hello, we're Group 7, the Berry Bunch, and for our Sustainable Leadership Project, we went to Mount Grace Land Conservation Trust's headquarters at Skyfield Arboretum.
Hello, how are we feeling?
I'm good. We just got here. It's a nice day out. It's a little bit sunnier than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm excited to see what we're gonna learn today.
Sophia, how are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm also feeling great.
This property used to be owned by the Willis family, and later became the summer home of a famous concert organist, Edward Power Biggs, and his wife, Margaret. They bequeathed it to the trust, hoping that it would become a place for the community to encounter nature.
So I'm the stewardship manager at Mount Grace Land Conservation Trust. My role is to both oversee the annual visits to our conservation restrictions, also known as easements. We have close to 100 of those. The other part is stewarding the land that we own and fee, also known as conservation areas. We have about 1,800 acres that we own and fee, and management can range from invasive control, forest management, trail maintenance, that type of work. What I love about being in land trust work is that you work at all levels. So you're interacting with the landowners, but you're also interacting with national and sometimes international conservation groups, and just really being able to help protect and learn about how to steward well the land that I love and grew up in, actually.
What kind of stuff will we be doing today?
Yeah, so this will be a mixture of helping our pollinator meadows, planting of winterberry holly, and then some invasive control.
Awesome. All right.
So yeah, this is knotweed. Yeah, we've been hand pulling this, and then I've been burning the piles. Any little bit that has a node can resprout and grow root, and then so it also prohibits growth by just carpeting the ground with these.
After Tessa talked to us a little bit about the invasive knotweed, we got to removing it and raking up the dead matter to put into a burn pile, making more room for native plant growth.
Okay, one more time.
After clearing up some of that invasive knotweed, we moved on to planting the winterberry holly.
Yeah.
Helping promote native plant growth connects to our definition of sustainability, which is listening to and working with the land and its inhabitants to help preserve it for future generations.
Archie, do you want to talk us through what we're doing right now?
Right now we are breaking up the root bundles just to try to help the plants take root just a little bit better. One of these plants is female and one of these plants is male, so that they can start reproducing and populate this area that we have cleared out, hopefully a little bit more.
After getting the winterberry holly planted, we went inside for a short break. Over some snacks, Tessa showed us some mapping technology Mount Grace utilizes for monitoring the land.
You can kind of just scan back and forth and see if you're seeing any changes. And then it lets you put in a note, being like, oh, I observe, and we can just make something.
During our break, Tessa also talked a little bit about Mount Grace's contributions and collaboration with Native peoples.
We've been lucky in that we have gained the trust of a Nipmuc-led organization called No Loose Braids. Andre, who's created the nonprofit, we pay him to do cultural inventories on our conservation areas. He's identifying medicinal plants and other cultural value parts of the landscape. He's also using that as an opportunity to train the next generation. We're also trying to pay him to be aware of with our forestry and plan forestry with his input and other Nipmuc. So that's the most.
It's at this time we'd like to mention our land acknowledgement. You can either pause the video to read it or also find it in the video description. We spent the rest of our day outside to do more work promoting native plant growth, identified and marked invasive plants, and cleared some trails.
You want to talk about what we're doing right now?
Here we're gonna move all the dead leaves so that we can have more space for the native species to spread out.
I think I see some the invasive vines.
The bittersweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's orange. Yeah.
Mount Grace Land Trust has conserved over 39,000 acres since 1986, which is almost 40 times the size of UMass, and Skyfield Arboretum is just one of these areas. Our work today was fun, educational, and inspiring. Tessa introduced us to land conservation work and the importance of what Mount Grace does. Sustainability leadership projects such as these are important for developing deeper connections to the land we walk upon and acknowledging our role in shaping what this land looks like for generations to come. We'd like to give a big thanks to Tessa and Mount Grace for taking us along in this opportunity.